Dear friends, welcome to this week's edition of the Inspired Parsha. This week we had an incredible privilege to read through Parsha's Eikev. And like every Parsha in the Torah, there's so many beautiful, rich Torah ideas, especially in the Hasidic world. But I just want to focus on one pasuk, one verse. This is in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 12. It's the opening verse of the Parsha. V'hayu Eikev tishmun es hamishpatim ha'ela. And it shall be because you will listen to these laws. Now, it's a funny word that it uses for because. It uses the word Eikev, which literally means heal. So again, the verse says, and it shall be because you will listen to these laws. But it talks about a heal. It uses the word heal, the same root word. So what does this mean? So there's a famous Rashi about this pasuk, this verse, that says a heel is the lowest part of a person's body, right? And something that we trample on. We trample using our heel. That's the first thing that hits the ground. And so a lot of times there are laws, there are mitzvos that we think of as very insignificant. They're seemingly small and unimportant, the ones that we would trample on, so to speak, with our heel. Those mitzvos, sometimes God looks at them as the most precious of all. The question is why? What is this really? What's the deeper meaning behind this expression of heel, trampling? What does it mean that those sometimes could be the most important mitzvahs, or the greatest mitzvahs, the ones that seem to be insignificant to us? So the Nesiva Shalom, the great Slonimer Rebbe, says something beautiful. He says, there's two aspects to the heel. One is, of course, is that it's the lowest part of the body, right? It's the bottom, it's on the foot, the bottom of the foot. And it's, of course, the first thing that hits the ground, and something, again, that we trample on, that therefore seems to be insignificant. It's the part of our body that hits the ground, and therefore it seems to be the most physical, so to speak, something that our spiritual body, our spiritual selves doesn't really seem to connect to. But there's another idea besides that the Slonimer Rebbe says about the heel. The heel, of course, is the part that hits the ground. It's the first part of the gait pattern, right? It's heel strike. That's the first part of our steps when we're walking, right? Our journey begins with our heel touching the ground. What does this mean? The Slonimer Rebbe says, and of course I've mentioned this idea many times, is to always really look at life as one big journey. It's taking one step in front of the other. It's that steady consistency that makes us who we are, that gets us to where we need to be. So often we have big dreams. We have lofty dreams. But of course, the way to get to those dreams is that one consistent step, one in front of the other and one in front of the other. And they seem so tedious and so small and insignificant. But that's the way to reach the journey. The famous expression many of us have heard from Lao Tzu. He was the founder of the Tao religion, the Tao philosophy. He was a great Chinese philosopher and writer. And he used to say, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Isn't it true? Isn't it true? We have so many dreams and visions of getting to this place that we want to get to. But then it's those little steps along the way, and that really gets us to where we need to go. And it's that consistency that gets us there. And sometimes the difficulty, that small step by step by step by step, that gets us to where we need to go. Very often we're afraid to take that journey, to take that step in front of the other step. But really, it's the little mitzvos that bring us greatness, because those are the little mitzvos that usually come on a daily, regular basis, very routine, very rote. And it's that step by step by step that helps us reach our greatness. This is true in the physical world when it comes to financial goals, but it's certainly even more true in the spiritual world as well. It's a great expression in the art world. That art is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. And it's so true. It's that little by little, that step by step, doing that little brush stroke with the paintbrush, and a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, and before you know it, you've created this beautiful masterpiece. I want to wish everyone here a bracha, a blessing. Remember this message from the Slonimer Rebbe. It's those little things in life, the little mitzvos that help us on our journey in life, our consistency. I hope that we can all reach it this year. I hope that we can all learn to grow taking that little step by step along our journey, those little baby steps, little by little, that's helping us reach our goals and our potential to reach the greatness that we all have inside of us. I want to wish everyone here a wonderful Shabbos Kodesh. Thank you so much for listening.